What's more, friends, folks? Today is May 1st, 2025. So, without further ado, let's dive into Max Lucado's Grace Book. Prayers are precious jewels. The Lord sees the good people and listens to their prayers. You and I live in a loud world. To get someone's attention is no easy task. He must be willing to set everything aside, or she must be set everything willing to set aside. Everything aside to listen. Turn down the radio, turn away from the monitor, get off Facebook, get off YouTube, get off TikTok. Turn the corner of the page and set down the book. When someone is willing to silence everything else so he can hear us clearly, it is a privilege, a rare privilege indeed. Your prayers are honored in heaven as precious jewels. Purified and empowered, the words rise in a delightful fragrance to our Lord. Just heard that the other day, I think from Pastor Bear Schultz. Your words do not stop until they reach the very throne of God. You know, when you smell something good, you're like, what does that smell? That smells good. Your prayer on earth activates God's power in heaven, and God's will is done on earth as it is in heaven. Just think He finds our prayers intoxicating, sweet smelling unto Him. Your prayers move God to change the world. You may not understand the mystery of prayer. You don't need to. But this much is clear. Actions in heaven begin when someone prays on earth. How about that? Max's good, famous question is, your prayers move God to change the world. How do you respond to that truth? Your prayers move God to change the world. How do you respond to that truth? It gives me joy. It gives me hope, seeing that those who were like me once upon a time, drunk, walking in darkness, no joy, they could come out of it. They could come out of a sleep in depression and oppression and all the darkness. You know, once again, the powers, our battle is not with people, it's against the powers and principalities of the air. That's the devil's forces. But not everything that happens that's bad is of the devil. Some things are just straight earthly. But you can have on earth what you have in heaven. So what do you have on earth? Well, you have a believer's heart, knowing that God is the way, the truth, and the life. With all that being said, knowing you serve a God that is alive and not dead, you're going to make it on through each and every time as an overcomer. And then when you give your testimony, someone's going to find edification. You're going to get a real charge in their heart, where they're in the low point, and they're going to anchor in, and they're going to rise up, because the God Most High speaketh through you and me. Not that it's us, but it is Him through us. You know, prayers are precious jewels. Yes, they are. You know, He is the one that gave us this. What does it say? Pretty much, He's the potter. We are the clay. You know, the clay does not talk back to the potter. The potter does as he wishes with the clay. We're the clay, y'all. And He's trying to make us into a good vessel so we can hold the treasure of His word, hold the treasure of His way. And with that, you can change the world. Not that you can, but He can through you. And when someone goes to give you credit, a real humble person will say, it wasn't me, it was the Lord working through me. How do you respond to that truth? Just simply know that. Give him all the credit. Not credit, but give him all the, I don't know what you would say, I don't know what the word is, but show people it wasn't me, it was Him working through me. Because if it was me, I'd do this or that. I remember when we buried my uppy, Ivy Hunter, and I come up and I give a real powerful word. It was a word that didn't play around. I'm pretty sure some found it condemning, but I tried to see everyone acting all cute. Oh, I'm Grandma's favorite. I'm Grandma's favorite. And I straight up said I was not Grandma's favorite. But I tell you what, she got to see me worship God before she left this earth. Instead of being in the inner dark old paper for being public drunk, instead of public drunk, I was carrying the Lord's cross on the front page. And she got to see that. She got to see her grandson change up into someone wise instead of being a fool. And with that, she rejoiced. And I looked at them and said, if you want to see this good lady again, best give your heart to the Lord. So there you go. That's what changed me up, and that's some of those precious jewels. And with all that being said, don't know serve God that is alive and not dead. Let's close this Thursday out, y'all. For tomorrow, I'll go to bury my Iowa Bobby, Kenny Chattelson. Services are going to be a visitation tonight, and it's going to be from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock at Ray and Martha's, according to Sarah Chattelson. And then we're going to bury him tomorrow. Service is starting at 10 at Ray and Martha's, and bury him at Hog Creek. Be blessed in your own journey, folks.